you guys, so I'm going to show you some examples of constant proportionality. If you want to write these in your notes, feel free. We did give some of them earlier, but this kind of sums it all up of everything that we just talked about in our last video. So the constant of proportionality is the constant ratio of y to x. And I have attached this, so if you want to print it, you can, but I have attached this if you want to write it in your notes, or if you want to print it, or if you just want to write it down on notebook paper, that's fine. In this case, the constant means the same rate, represented by the letter k. In our last video, we said y equals kx. So our k, our constant, is always y over x. And our constant of proportionality means unit rate. This can be an integer, or it can be a fraction, or it can even be a decimal. If the relationship is not proportional, there is no constant of proportionality, meaning there's no unit rate. Okay? So now we're going to kind of look at some tables. So here are some tables. So make a ratio of y to x for all ordered pairs. And then we need to simplify, with the exception of do not make a ratio when x equals 0. Okay? So this is how we're setting it up. All ratios are the same, then it's going to be proportional. And different ratios are going to be not proportional. So k equals the ratio of y to x in simplest form. So what all those words mean is when you go down your table, are all of them equal when you do y divided by x? So when I look at these, I want to say not using 0. Well, it goes through 0, 0, which is what we want. We want it to go through 0, 0. It has to start in that origin. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 1, which makes 3. I'm going to do 6 divided by 2, which makes 3. I'm going to do 9 divided by 3, which makes 3. And I'm going to make 12 divided by 4, which makes 3. So all of these are the same, and it goes through 0, 0, so this is proportional, where our constant of proportionality is going to be the number when we divide, so in simplest form, that is 3. For our next table, it does not go through 0, 0. It already tells us 0, 1, so we know this is not proportional. If you were to go through, 3 divided by 1 makes 3, 5 divided by 2 does not make 3. So we know right there that this does not equal each other. Our next one doesn't say 0, 0, however, it could still be proportional. So when I go through this, 6 over 4 reduces to 3 over 2. 12 over 8 reduces to 3 over 2. Negative 3 over negative 2 reduces to 3 over 2, because remember, positive, we want to turn positive. 18 over 12 reduces to 3 over 2. 24 over 16 reduces to 3 over 2 when you divide both by 8. So then we have 3 over 2. We can't have a fraction, so it's going to be proportional because all these are the same when we reduce, which gives me 3 over 2. If I were to look and do 3 and move this one 3 up to go to 0, and this one 2 up, and then the pattern is going to continue to be the same, so this would eventually go through 0, 0. Looking at the last one, I know 2 divided by 1, negative 2 divided by 1 makes 2. It's got that 0, 0. 2 divided by 2, or 2 divided by 1 makes 2. 4 divided by 2 makes 2. 9 divided by 3 makes 3. So this is not proportional because all of them are not the same. Okay? Going over to our equations. Proportional equations must be in the form y equals kx. So we said it has to be y equals some number x, where the k is the constant of proportionality, which is also that unit rate. So k is the coefficient of x. So it's kind of the easiest ones to spot. So we're going to look. Y equals 10x. Y equals some number, which is our k, x. This is true, so it's proportional. And the number that is given to us, our constant where k is 10. Y equals 3.2x. Yep, y equals kx, because remember, I can have a decimal, where our k is 3.2. Looking here, y equals 3x plus 4. This is not proportional because we cannot have anything extra. Our next one, y equals 5/3 x. This is proportional. Our k is 5/3. We can have a number, we can have a negative, we can have a decimal, we can have a fraction, all those work. Y equals 7 minus 4x squared. No, can't have a squared and can't have this 7 minus given to me, so not proportional. And the last one, y equals negative 9x. This is proportional. Y equals kx, where k is negative 9. Okay, last one that I want to talk about is our graphs. So the graph must be linear. Linear has that word line in it, which means a straight line, and pass through the origin. Remember, origin is represented by 0, 0. That's that center of our chart. Where k is, once again, the ratio of y to x for any ordered pair. The ratio must be in simplest form. So look at these. We have a straight line and it goes through that center. Yes, it's proportional. I know you can't see it, but if I go where x is 1 and I go up to touch the line, which is right here, and I go over to my y, I'm going to go to 2. So I'm given, for this point where x is 1, y is 2. So if I do y over x, I do 2 divided by 1, which means 2. Looking at our second one, it makes a curve. So is it proportional? No, because it's not a straight line. Yes, it goes through that 0, 0, but it's not a straight line. Looking at number 3, is it proportional? No, because it doesn't go through the origin. Yes, it's straight, but it does not go through the origin. Looking at our last one, it is straight and it goes through that origin, so it's proportional. So I'm going to go where x is 1, which is right here, and I'm going to go down. Y is negative 1. If I do negative 1, y over x, negative 1 divided by 1, I get negative 1. Hopefully these examples helped. If you would like, go back and look through some more of them. Go back through this video because these are going to be helpful. You will see a couple more examples. Hopefully you understand that constant of proportionality is just your unit rate where you're trying to find where y divided by x is going to be in simplest form and x is equal to 1. You want a straight line, you want to go through the origin, you want your formula to be y equals kx, you want your charts to all be equal when you reduce them, you want y over x. But remember, whenever you write a point for your charts, for your graphs, remember they're always written x comma y, so you have to make sure you remember how to set them up. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it helps you with your assignment. Have a good rest of your day.